Well, hello there. How are you? Today my razor is going to be this old ever-ready lather catcher. Let me take the blade off of there to show you something here. I hope you can see that okay. It's nice and shiny, and ooh, yeah, it's a nice, you can kind of see an E and an R on there for ever-ready, I guess. And the blade just kind of snaps on here through these two little things, if I can get it back on there. Two little holders there, and then this little thing pops down and that holds it in place. This, incidentally, is a PAL super single edge blade. And this is what I'm going to be shaving with, and I'm kind of having to start all over here because I was having bad luck with this soap on a different brush. So I've taken this Windsor brush, Australian brush that I got in a package of Windsor stuff, their Windsor products for shaving, and this is a boar brush, and I've lathered the soap in this honeycombed Van Yulay shaving bowl, and I think I got a better lather this time. If this don't work, I'm going to start all over and use a different soap. But no, this is a soap, one of their other products, another soap from this company, before I show it to you here, worked very, very, very well for me. But, well, the company from Italy is Saponificio Varesino, if I'm pronouncing that right, and this is their Stella Alpina. And I hope you can see that. That's the box that came in. I'm going to try to lather here. And also, here is the soap, which comes in kind of a throwaway plastic thing. Let's see, I'll probably mispronounce this. Felci or Felci Aromatico was the other one I used, which comes in a green tin and is very nice, and I didn't have any trouble lathering that. But, well, let me see if I can get a lather started, and I hope you're all doing well out there, and I hope this works. I'm going to wet this just a little bit, I guess. Okay. Well, that is a little bit better than that first brush. Now, I know the other soap, they say to use a badger brush, and I used a badger brush with that, and it worked really well. This soap is kind of finicky or something. And although this is a better lather than I got when I first tried to start this video, it still seems a little thin. This is a rather stiff boar brush, and I used this this time on this soap to try to make sure that I got down into the soap a little bit and that the tips got fully, well, covered with the soap. Because basically, you're supposed to just get the tips of a badger brush lathered and then proceed to either face or bowl lather. And incidentally, this bowl is usually very good for lathering any of your harder or denser soaps or creams, but this soap is so finicky. It's got a nice enough aroma. It's supposed to bring to mind the alpine regions, but the regions of any mountains that go above the treetops, specifically the alpine regions of Italy in this case, I guess. But let me go ahead and try to get started here. I'll wet the razor. And I'll do pass number 1 with the grain, and wish me luck. Ooh, this is nice. I'm liking this razor. And the soap's doing okay so far. I have another old lather catcher razor like this, but it isn't near as ornate. And getting the blade to line up in that, maybe because it originally took the old wedge blades that went with some of these. But it too is an ever-ready, and that razor, it's okay once you get the, it's a flip top thing. Once you get the top flip down, It's a top that covers the whole blade instead of just a little holder like this one has. But once you get that in there and get that straightened out, it works fine. Although I do tend to use a lighter touch with that one. But, well, more on that in a sec. I'm going to rinse this puppy. Okay, keep sending me your good vibes. Of course, by the time you see this, I will no longer be live. This will be on video, but send me good vibes anyway, retroactively, because so far, knock on wood again, so far this is a nice shave, or at the very least it's quite comfortable. My friend Dave, when he saw this razor after I got it in the mail today, and this is my first use of this razor and this blade, incidentally, not my first time using one of these PAL blades, but the first use of this one. Well, anyway, Dave thought this would be it looked like a rather aggressive razor, he thought, but, well, so far I'd say medium aggression and very comfortable, and these blades tend to be very comfortable too, in my opinion, these PALs, excuse me. Well, let's see, we dodged a bullet here as far as snow, but we got some very cold temperatures. It was down to something like -16 Fahrenheit, and oh, let's see, the ambient air temperature got down to -9 Fahrenheit or something like that one of those nights, and then later that night it started to warm up again. Excuse me. Chicago in Illinois, the largest city in the Midwestern United States, they were experiencing -50 wind chills and -25 ambient air temperature. Of course, they're right on one of the Great Lakes there, Lake Michigan. For those of you who are from other parts of the world. But as frequently is the case, people in other countries often know the geography of this country and our politics often better than we do. Some of us, anyway. Still kind of getting used to this razor, but still comfortable so far. It's interesting trying to find the best angle on it, but usually any of these kind of single edge razors, I'll use about a 20-degree angle. My first type of one of these razors, I'll show you this again. First type of any like this, the rather ornate ones. And I had read in one of the forums, I don't belong to any of the online forums, but I had read on one of those that these ever-readies not only would, in some cases, be old enough to take the old wedge blades, but someone said that all of these would take the contemporary gem-type blades, or single-edge. This says American Safety Razor Company, and I can't read all of it, but this one was evidently made in the U.S. I have a not so old and very nice ever-ready that was made in England, too. So I'm kind of losing track of some of the, well, not of the razors themselves, but of how many I have, and I try to keep all of them in rotation, except perhaps for a handful or less of some Chinese razors I got online for like $2 a piece or something. Every once in a while I'll pull those out just for giggles, but they tend to be rather aggressive to me anyway, and not built too well. Such a nice soap in so many ways, and I've only used this soap, this is perhaps the third time I've used it since I've had it, I haven't had it that long, but I have not had, excuse me, not had as much luck with this performing well as I did with one of their other soaps. The Felci or Felci Aromatico. I'm going to be careful here, talking and shaving. Well, I'm going to pause here, pop out, pop back in, hopefully freshly lathered for a second pass across the grain. I'm going to go across the grain now, and after I finish this pass, I think I'm going to try a little experiment with this soap and see if I can't get it to perform better, because I think it's supposed to perform better. It just doesn't want to do it for me. And naturally, soaps will do that. I think they know what's going on. They have minds of their own, because when I go on camera, sometimes then I won't get the good performance from the soap. I shave and not do a video, oh, the lather will explode on my face. So it seems sometimes, anyway. Gonna wet the razor here. Not an uncomfortable shave, but just wish the lather could be thicker. I think the slickness is okay. It's performing well, considering it's kind of thin here. This is what my first application was like with that other brush, with a Badger brush, but I'm going to try something during the break here, during my break. Between passes, I'm going to see if I can't get something to get this thing to work a little better, the soap, that is. The razor seems to be doing okay, and the blade. Now, I haven't been doing any special cooking lately, although somebody was giving away out on the free table in the common room here, that somebody was giving away a package of, it was pancake mix, but it was for chocolate pancakes, which I've never had outside of maybe a restaurant, a pancake house type restaurant. Oh God, I'm probably scaring my neighbor. He's in his bathroom trying to accomplish something, and I'm in here talking to the camera. But anyway, other than making some chocolate pancakes from a mix, I haven't done any major cooking lately. Now, I've told my neighbor that I shoot videos in here, and it's still got to be strange, though, even knowing what your neighbor is doing, knowing that they're making videos in their bathroom. It's better, I guess, to have one's own home where one doesn't share a wall with somebody. I saw some duplexes I liked because the 2 units of the duplexes are separated by a double garage. That gives people a little more space. This razor, incidentally, was $45 from an eBay vendor, $45 US, and no shipping or tax, which I think was worth it for this razor. And it certainly is in good condition, good shape. Okay, that pretty much finishes this pass. I'm going to pop out, hopefully pop back in, better lathered. I'm going to try a little experiment here. I'll let you know what it is when I come back. Okay, that's a little bit better. I wasn't able to do the experiment that I wanted to do. What I was going to do was take that soap and try to put it in a mug or cup or whatever in which it would fit exactly, because there's a little wiggle room between the plastic thing that holds it now, the little throwaway plastic thing, and the edge of the soap, which when I bloomed it, as the instructions say to do, some of the bloom water would leak over the edge of the soap and into the bottom. I guess I could have just flipped it over maybe and had bloomed soap. I was going to try to put it in something like this, but it's a little bit too big to go all the way down in this, and you know, anything else I have either wouldn't be big enough, or any other cup I have is full of soap. In fact, I had to take a puck of soap out of here that wasn't fitting in here right. It's a long story. So I ended up using this brush that worked well with a different soap, this is a Samog 1250 bore brush. Anyway, I don't know, this is not turning out exactly the way I wanted, but the shave itself is still okay, and I was going to go against the grain. Let's have that special effect, against the grain. Oops, I'm just got to get the razor pointed in the right direction. I'm kind of doing this in a reverse order than I normally do it. It's okay, I'll do this side of my neck and I'll switch to the other side of my face. Yes, there's some people that can seemingly lather any soap. Either that or they cheat. I have no idea how they would cheat. I don't know. I don't think anybody goes and sprays a can of goo on their face. Okay. Rinse the razor there. Wish I would quit going out of focus. Nothing is working right for me as far as videos go anymore. My shaves off camera have been sometimes excellent and sometimes just okay. Like this one on camera is just okay. I've had some excellent shaves off camera, but not all of them. Well, I'm no expert anyway, and I don't review products per se. Well, I'll get ready, I'll pop out, pop back in, and then we'll do pickups. Okay, I'm going to do pickups here. Very disappointing inauguration of a nice razor here. Try to get these trouble spots here. I even pulled out another brush and got mixed results with it. And I think this is the brush I used on the other soap of the same brand, a different soap that they make. This one is a Key 24mm silver tip badger barber pole brush. So that's the fourth brush I've tried on this soap. And I soaked the brush like they recommend during my little time that I popped out here, and I bloomed the soap with some very hot water, and a little bit better but not perfect, so I imagine I'm doing something wrong here. But yeah, with another soap by the same company. I had really, really good results. And I had a little trouble with that soap the first couple of times, but it still performed better than this. I don't know. I hate to say that this soap is rubbish. Maybe just to me it is. Maybe it just doesn't like me. Let's see. Almost done here. I'm just doing a little... That's good enough, and that's not a bad shave. Good razor. Still experimenting with the soap, good brushes in other circumstances, good shaving bowl, etc., etc. Anyway, I'm going to pop out, and I'll be back with your friend and mine, Mr. Towel. Here he is. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It's our good friend, Mr. Towel. Now, I noticed... well, there is slickness with this soap. My face feels very nice and smooth, a nice shave, and the soap has something to recommend it. Nice aroma, nice scent. That company has been in business since, I don't know, 1945 or something. They've been around a while. They must be doing something right. Anyway, I'll be back with recaps and to put the finishing touches on this shave. Okay, I began off camera. I prepped my face with a Lievre Blanc shaving oil, and I gave that plenty of time to soak in, and that wasn't the problem. It didn't hinder my lather. Sometimes an oil, if I use it and start shaving too quickly, start lathering too quickly afterwards, the oil will hinder the lather, but I don't think that's the case this time. Oops. I'm going to set that somewhere where it won't fall. I used this Ever-Ready razor. Let me take the blade off and show you that ornate Ever-Ready lather catcher razor. And the blade just goes on there like that. It's held in place by a couple of little thingies there. The stops on that are good, so that worked out well. Razor's still in very good condition for how old it must be. And I used one of these. This right here is a pack I haven't opened yet, obviously, but the PAL Super single edge blade. Okay, and oh, my soap was this Stella Alpina from Saponificio Varesino. And I'm not even going to go into all the brushes. I tried 4 different brushes and I was having trouble getting that soap to lather, although the finish of this shave, what the soap has done so far, between it and the blade, it's a nice, smooth, close shave. So let's see, am I forgetting anything here? Brushes, oh, you know, there was a ton of them that I used. Oh, I did lather in a bowl that usually makes any soap foolproof as far as making a good lather. This Yulay honeycombed shaving bowl, which this has made soaps and creams that I couldn't get to lather right before lather beautifully. So also, please don't judge this on this one shave. Okay, and well, I think that just about covers it. Like I said, I'm not going into the brushes right now. You've seen them all. And they're all good brushes, and they all work well in certain other circumstances. Hello, come back and focus. I'm going to reach into Magic Cabinet number 2, though, and get some of this Humphreys Witch Hazel, the unscented variety. And I'll begin applying that. I guess sometimes you got to be smarter than the soap, and today it just ain't happening as far as getting a nice Santa Claus beard type lather. Okay. Feels nice. Nice shave. Okay, and once again, that was the Humphreys Unscented Witch Hazel that I just applied to my face there. I'll reach over here and grab my aftershave, which will be this Pitralon Classic with the green label. I'll uncap that and apply some. Oh, what a day, what a day. I suppose if not getting a Santa Claus beard type lather is the worst thing that happens to me today, then I still have very little to complain about. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that smells nice. I think that's going to go well with the scent of that soap. In fact, off camera, I've used these two things together, the soap and this aftershave, before, and this time I especially noticed how nice it is. So, funny how the same things can be a little bit different. Not that this was bad the last time I used it with this soap, but today it seems to be especially nice. Anyway, that's the Pitralon Classic and the green label. Okay, I'll set that aside. Now we'll reach for our balm. It's going to be the Nivea Men Original Replenishing Post-Shave Balm. Kind of a standard go-to balm for a lot of us. No parabens, and it absorbs quickly and nicely, and it's not greasy. So, again, really nice. And then I've had a lot of shaves that seemed like they started off not so well, and I tried different things, maybe different little experiments, but this is one of those shaves that seems to be ending up very nice, regardless of any problems I may have had. And the first use of that razor, and so we're having, like I said, what I call a really good finish to this shave. And I'll put the cap back on here and show you this last thing one more time. It was the Nivea Men Original Post-Shave Balm. And I recommend this highly, as will a lot of people. If you use a balm, you might really enjoy this one. And that's available in grocery stores, drugstores, Walmart, you name it. It's pretty widely available, thank goodness, and online, of course. Well, that's it. I'm probably going in and out of focus again, so bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. You're all great, and I appreciate your support. May you have peace.